Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another roster review. Now before I get into today's one, let me first just give you a quick update with how it's going with roster reviews. At the moment I have about I think 11 people in the queue, initially I was doing like 1 a week, then 2 a week, but the queue started building up, so what I'll try to do now is do like 4 or maybe 5 a week, just that hopefully I can clear the queue, or at least the queue won't be getting any bigger. So probably if you are looking to apply for one roster review, you're probably looking to about 2 to 3 week lead time at the moment. It's just I can't do more than 1 a day, and then I'm doing challenge videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, which only leaves me five other days in the week. So the maximum I can really do is 5 a week, unless I do something else in between. So just wanted to let you know. So without out of the way, let's first give our shout out now to our fellow holotable hero, 50 watermelons. So not 49, no, not 51, oh no, 50, exactly 50 watermelons. Why number 50? I don't know. Let us know in the comments below, I guess. What do you think? And also give shout out to their guild name, which it's a bit of a scary one, frightens me a bit just saying it out loud. Expendable Nightmares. Ooh, makes me shiver. Anyways, as always with these reviews, I already went through their roster in depth offline, made some notes based on what the requirements were, and we'll just go through the rosters, through the factions, talk about what I think they should be working on next and what can improve in line with their requirements. And then in the end, we'll just have a look at the plan overview to see how we can go about, obviously, to taking all those ideas into action. So hold on, let me bring up my notes, and there we go. Now let's go ahead and check out their roster. So at the moment they are sitting at 9.3 mil GP, so very decent size account with 4 Galactic Legends. Also not too bad at all. We also see some Conquest units already here. We got Ezra, Dark Ray, Ben, we got Amidala, even they got Jedi Knight Cal. So they pretty much, Bane of course, they've pretty much got more or less the core pieces. So now just again they're really looking where to go next, because just reading some of the notes that they've given me, they say they're currently gearing up Ezra Exile, and I think that's already done. And then they are planning to work on Sir Malachus, but they don't really have like a clear idea where to go next. And they're saying that probably the next logical step for them would be either Leia, but then also Jedi Master Kenobi or Bo-Katan could be options for them to work on. They also have a bunch of Conquest units still sitting at Gear 1, like Luthen, Maul, and Commander Ahsoka Tano. I can relate to that problem because in my smaller account as well, like recently, I just, with Proving Grounds, when you start doing them, eventually, you will, within a span month or two, you will unlock 3, 4, 5 Conquest units, and then who do you want to gear up, right? So I can relate to that kind of dilemma, like what to do with them. So that's what we'll be looking through, when we're going through their roster. So overall, in terms of the legendary farms, definitely I think looking at the roster and where they're at, definitely I think they've got Jabba, they've got Jedi Master Luke, so I guess we can just complete the Skywalker triangle and get Leia knocked out first. Then with next Galactic Legend on the horizon, I think we'll go for Sith Eternal Emperor. I know, not the greatest Galactic Legend, but there's a reason why I will suggest Sith Eternal Emperor next. And then obviously with the view after that to start preparing for Jedi Master Kenobi, Bo-Katan, and as well as Jar Jar. So we'll just start farming slowly those units required for those unlocks to 7 stars while we are gearing, relicking Leia and Sith Eternal requirements. So we'll just go through the factions as usual. I'm not going to go through all the factions, just the ones where I want to highlight what I think they should be working on. Starting with Bad Batch. Now in terms of the fleets, actually, before I guess we go through the factions, in terms of the fleets, they've got Leviathan, they've got Profundity, they've got Executor. Fleets more or less covered. However, their Galactic Republic fleet, Mace, Anakin, Marauder, liking a bit Plo, okay, fine, you can get away with low gear Plo if you use him as reinforcements only, but definitely you can see like Mace, Anakin, and Marauder will have to work a little bit on these guys at some point, just to level them up, you know, to make your Galactic Republic fleet much more useful, because you know they can counter either Negotiator or Endurance depending on the enemy. They can basically counter any fleet out there, so you will definitely want to get your Wrecker Tech and Hunter to 7 stars. Gear 12 is more than enough. A Gear 12 Marauder is perfectly serviceable. Obviously the more the better, but at least get him to Gear 12 at some point, I would suggest. Now let's look at the Empire. This is where we're gonna have some work to do for Sith Eternal Emperor. So obviously we got Krennic we need to work on. Yes, we got the Royal Guard we need to work on. So I mean, at least I guess Royal Guard eventually becomes useful when you unlock Lord Vader, right? But Krennic, yeah, I know. And then we got Tarkin as well. There he is. Again, similar like for Galactic Republic fleet, they already got, you know, Scythe. They got all the Empire ships as well. So just again making Executrix more useful by bringing Tarkin to Relics, and as well for Sith Eternal Emperor will help you as well in the long run. So I guess the only really kind of pointless here is Director Krennic, but it is what it is. So we'll be working on these guys from the Empire faction. Now let's look over the Galactic Republic. So the way I'm seeing it, we need to work on Anakin, right, for Sith Eternal Emperor. We'll have, and then as well for a ship, just to really boost your Galactic Republic fleet. And then they've got Ki-Adi-Mundi at Relic 5, alright. They've got Qui-Gon at Gear 12, and Qui-Gon eventually I think is required for Jedi Master Kenobi, right, anyway. So if we get these two guys up and running, Anakin, Qui-Gon, and slap an Omicron on Qui-Gon, this gives you a great team for Grand Arena that you can use either on offense or defense. Then what else we got here? And then yes, of course, Commander Ahsoka Tano. There she is, 7 stars unlocked. I mean, Commander Ahsoka Tano, she can be used like under Rey or Padme or Dash before you unlock Jedi Master Kenobi, but personally, probably just, you know, looking at the priorities for this roster here, I would just leave Commander Ahsoka Tano until obviously you're ready to unlock Jedi Master Kenobi. Because you know that's where really you will get perfect use out of her. Yeah, so but if you want, I mean, you can send juice up Padme lineup or juice up Rey. If for example Rey's not doing enough for you on defense, maybe it'll help a little bit, but probably still Starkiller Malachus will just slice through that Rey team for the most part anyways. Also, where we're going to do a lot of work here, Imperial Troopers. Now, not because Imperial Troopers, you know, are getting that much use anymore in Grand Arena and Territory Wars and so on, but guess what? They can complete 2 assault battles for you, and as well, half of those guys are requirement for Sith Eternal Emperor. So do you see why I'm suggesting Sith Eternal Emperor now already? Because, you know, pretty much Troopers are requirement from him, and as well Anakin for the ship. So kind of most of as well those requirements for Sith Eternal Emperor that they are still missing will actually have great use elsewhere, especially, you know, completing assault battles, getting extra Kyrotechs, getting extra signal data is gonna help you out a lot. So they've got Piet already, which is great. That's obviously from the Executor farm. Then we need Veers and Stark. They are the requirement for Sith Eternal Emperor. So then the only thing we need to then do is bring Death Trooper and Range Trooper for the assault battles. That's what we need to do, and you can complete that. You can chuck in Dark Trooper as well, because it can be useful in Grand Arena, like to take down Darth Revan's and stuff. So if you do have resources, bring in Dark Trooper as well. But I'm just going to prioritize those that obviously you can use them then to complete the 2 assault battles. So this is the Forest Moon and Rebel Roundup, and this will help you out as well immensely with your things. That's why I'm suggesting again, Sith Eternal Emperor could be a good place to go for after you complete Leia. So that's where we're gonna work on as well. And then let's have a look at the Jedi faction. They've got Ezra done, which is nice. Genite Luke. Alright, so what I want to say for Genite Luke. Look. Where are you, buddy? There we go. I've seen this before where people have slow Genite Lukes. Now, if you're using Genite Luke lead, then yes, he needs to be slow. But if you don't use Genite Luke anymore as the lead, then, you know, get at least his speed to about 200 so that he can actually get some turns and contribute to the battles. But if you're still using him for lead most of the times, then, you know, that's fine. Let him be slow, and yeah, those are offense mods. Good. Okay, that's the Jedi faction. Let's go ahead and check out the Night Sister faction. So Night Sisters looks like it's a Lightspeed bundle, I guess. All these sisters are relic free, and as always it is, if you have Lightspeed bundle, might as well get Morgan and Great Mothers up and running as well. Not only you will be able to complete the Secrets and Shadow Assault battles, so there you go, another assault battle you'll be able to complete. You also get a second Night Sister lineup that's basically better in Grand Arena and Territory Wars than the OG Night Sister lineup, so definitely recommend getting these two sisters up and running at some point. Looking at Mandalorians up next, what do we have here? Now they do have Maul, but at the moment I just feel like they don't really have a place for Maul, so straight away gearing up Maul, similar like Commander Ahsoka Tano, it can wait a bit, because you know, you gear him up, but then you don't really have Mandalorian squad to use him in. I guess you could use him like in a Seer Malakos lineup to make it really powerful, but maybe just wait until you start Jedi Master Kenobi farm, right? Because from Jedi Master Kenobi we need Jango and Bo-Katan relic. So once you have Jango, Bo, you already got here Beskar Mando, then you just add in Maul, and then Canderous or Watt or something like that. Then it would make sense once you start Jedi Master Kenobi farm that you also start considering gearing up Maul. But for the time being, I don't see really, you know, that you have a home for him. Okay, then let's look at the Rebels. Oh, here just mentioned with the mods, 3PO Chewie. I would just suggest to put Tenacity on him because, I mean, okay, they've got Tenacity Cross it seems, so at least something, but yeah. Speed, I mean, I don't know. Then at least put Tenacity here, Tenacity C here if you're running speed on him already, but definitely you want to put more Tenacity on him if you can. I think on OG Chewie they already got Tenacity, yeah, so that's good. They've got some Tenacity on it, yeah, that's fine. So maybe just a little bit more Tenacity on our 3PO and Chewie, because both Chewies, you know, if their days are stunned, they can't assist, and if that can't assist means that they don't really do anything for your squad. Let's look at Rebel Fighters next. Now, looking at their squad, basically, while they do have Mon Mothma, they don't really have the rest of the squad built up, right? They've got Kyle Katarn, but they don't have Scout Trooper, Rebel Scout. They don't have POW. So unless you want to get so up and running, then, you know, also having Luthen is not really that useful. So I guess at some point would be good if we can squeeze in getting SWGOH relics, apply Omicron on him, and then also the same thing for Luthen, get him to relics, apply Omicrons, but not, I think, the highest priority right now. Just something to keep on the radar whenever maybe you have some availability to get them up and running, just to give you another good Grand Arena team. And then in terms of the Sith, we will obviously need to work on Sidious and Dooku. I know, for the Sith Eternal Emperor, but we have no idea how long the Naboo raid will be with us. I have a feeling because they made it easier recently, it might be actually a few more months before we get another raid. Otherwise they wouldn't bother making changes if another raid is coming soon. So maybe we still have a bit of a use out of Sidious and Dooku. But even after that, I mean, Sidious, yeah, for the most part, he doesn't have use. But Dooku, you know, he's still useful under Traya sometimes, you know, under Separatists, yeah. If only Sidious would have a Separatist tag, right? Then at least he would have a home in a trained squad, but hey. at least Dooku has his uses afterwards as well. And finally, looking at unaligned Force users, let's have a look. They've got C already at Relic 7, which is great, so we just want to slap an Omicron on her. You could just do this straight away, even without Malachus. Put her on defense. On defense, whether her Omicron, she'll be easy Bad Batch food, I think. But once you slap Omicron on her, you know, it'll be a bit tougher to take down. And you've got Cal and just whatever leftover unaligned Force users you have under her. They will, you know, still do nicely. And obviously, we will be working on Malachus as well at some point. But I guess let's get Galactic Legends out of the way, and then we'll worry about Malachus. Alright, so we went through the roster, just highlighted things to work on, and then let's just have a look at the plan just to see how it looks like in terms of the, you know, timeline. So obviously in terms of farming, I think the only one for Leia they don't have at 7-star is Drogon, so let's just get it wrapped up so we can complete Leia requirements. Then let's get those as well, Bad Batch pilots up and running right to 7 stars. Then we can work on the 2 new Night Sisters, and then as well start farming the rest of the requirements. There is just only 1 unit missing at 7-star for Jedi Master Kenobi farm, so let's get Bo-Katan to 7 stars, and then we can slowly start, you know, preparing for the next legendaries. Like we can start farming the rest of the Mandalorians that are needed to unlock Bo-Katan Mandalore, and then as well start working on Gungans to unlock Jar Jar further down the line. So with this kind of farming to 7 stars is really wrapping up Leia farm, you know, filling up your their Marauder pilots, complete your Night Sister squads, complete farming 7 stars for Jedi Master Kenobi, Bo-Katan, and as well Jar Jar unlocks. So at least then, you know, once you're ready, you can start gearing them up, rolling them up, and also unlock more legendary units further down the line. And then while we're just slowly, you know, getting all these farms up to 7 stars, we'll be busy gearing and even more busy relicking. So obviously we want to wrap up all the gearing for Leia first, and then we can chuck in as well the Bad Batch pilots at some point in between. And after we finish gearing up Leia requirements, we can then gear up as well start gearing up Imperial Troopers. And then these kind of Imperial Troopers kind of turn into the Sith Eternal farm as well. So we'll be gearing up Sith Eternal requirements. And then finally, once we wrap those up, we can maybe, you know, complete the Night Sister squad, complete your unaligned Force user squad with Malachus in there, before you jump on gearing up Jedi Master Kenobi, Bo-Katan, Mandalorian as well, Jar Jar. So that's what I would prioritize gearing up, and same thing with relicking, just kind of, I guess, follows the gearing lane here. Get the Leia requirements done first, then the Imperial Troopers. So at some point here, kind of halfway through the plan, you should get Leia unlocked. Shortly after that, when you wrap up your Imperial Troopers, you will be able to complete 2 Assault Battles, Challenge Tier 3, Rebel Roundup, and Forest Moon. And then shortly after that, just a few more units later, you will wrap up your Sith Eternal farm as well, so you'll be able to unlock Sith Eternal, getting another Galactic Legend onto your roster. I know, not the best Galactic Legend, but on offense it can still do a lot of things in Grand Arena and Territory Wars, so very good unit there. And then after that, let's get those Night Sisters wrapped up, so you can then also easily complete Secrets and Shadow events as well, Challenge Tier 3, bringing you more Kyrotechs, obviously bringing you more signal data, making, you know, next Galactic Legend farm, which I suggest Jedi Master Kenobi, then Bo-Katan Mandalore, and then Jar Jar there with Gungans. You know, a little bit easier, obviously, that you'll be able to sim all of that. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Hopefully 50 Watermelons is finding this review useful, giving my suggestions what I would do in their place, and as well giving them like a graphic overview of the plan and how I would prioritize farming, gearing, and relicking, and also give them representation of, you know, what they'll be able to achieve by working on these requirements. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.